Hi everyone, John Condon here. Thanks for joining me on Localite. Today we have Dave Nunn of Windance Boardshop in Hood River, a well-known location, been around for a long time, can service all your wind sport needs and then some. And so it's my pleasure to introduce you to Dave. Dave, hey, how are you doing? It's good to see you again.
Thanks very much. Yeah, glad to be here.
Well, now, I know it's probably been 17, 18 years that I've been going to Windance, but it's been around 25, 26, maybe longer?
1984 it started.
Okay.
Right?
Wow.
Brian and Lorraine Karlstrom bought the store, or created the store, and it was just a hardcore windsurfing shop. And then they pretty much stayed true to their roots until I took it on. I'm in my third season now.
Third season, okay.
Yeah.
So what have you done with the shop as far as, like I said, I've been going there for my windsurfing needs for a long time, but you've expanded all kinds of ways.
Yeah, right. Well, John, the first thing I did was change the name. So it's still Windance, but now it's Windance Boardshop, like you said at the beginning of the show. And so now that means that we carry all the boards. So kite boards was a natural because a lot of windsurfers are trying kiteboarding now, and snowboards for the winter, skateboards, surfboards, mountain boards is becoming a big one. And then all the accessories that go with it, the roof racks, the wetsuits.
The mountain boards, what's that about?
Mountain boards is like a skateboard with four-wheel drive tires on it.
So big old knobby tires.
Yep.
And you can take these like out on Post Canyon, or what do people do with them?
If you're brave enough. I mean,
if you're brave.
Yeah, it's definitely a sport where you can get injured. So the right thing to do is to put on your shin pads and elbow pads and helmet and find a grassy hill and carve down just like you would on your snowboard. There's actual foot straps you jam your feet into. Really? But right now the growth in mountain boarding for our store is people, when you're out at the coast and the tide's low and there's that hard packed sand and you grab your kite and go kite mountain boarding and zooming around the shoreline.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
It's great. Again, you know the landings, if you mess up, you can get hurt, but
because you don't have a binding or anything. I mean, you're just slipping your foot in like on a sailboard.
Yeah, it's the same idea.
Okay, so if you go down, your foot may or may not come out.
Well, yeah, or it's just that the sand is a hard landing versus the water's, obviously going to help you a little bit. But that's something new that we're doing. We're always looking for what's the next board sport to happen.
Did you anticipate that it would people would take it to the coast and start sailing with these boards, or?
Yeah, I kind of saw it coming a little bit, and it's just a matter of how much traction something like that gets. These sports, like for example, kite skiing or kite snowboarding is becoming popular, but we've been doing it. I remember my first time 10 years ago on a frozen lake up in Canada, but it really hasn't gone anywhere until all of a sudden in the last 2 years, it's become a big sport in Idaho, which is kind of the epicenter for kite snowboarding or kite skiing in North America. It's now big. And there's events and there's guide services and all sorts of things going on.
Really?
Yeah.
Now paddleboarding, also I see this starting to really get some momentum behind it.
Right.
You guys are doing that as well, is that true?
Yeah, we do. I won't say we're the biggest shop at it. Like, we're pretty good at paddleboarding. It's not a lot of adrenaline in paddleboarding like a lot of the other sports we sell, and they're really big. But it's a great no-wind sport. When the winds die in the gorge and you're looking to get out on the water, paddleboarding's a good one, and it's a real good exercise, core, body strengthening.
Who's usually doing this? Is it like run the gamut as far as age group, or?
Probably the biggest group is the moms. They love it. They'll go out in the afternoon. You'll see a whole group of them going out. There seems to be a lot of those. Or if you're at the coast, then the surfers, when the swell is low. Are riding because you can get onto waves that you couldn't get onto on your normal surfboard.
Yeah, the moms, that's great because they can probably all chat and everything while they're paddling around out there in the hook or somewhere.
Well, yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. Well, now, how did you end up owning? I mean, you said this is your third season owning Windance, Windance Boardshop now. How did that happen, and what made you want to purchase a landmark?
Many years ago, 91, I bought the oldest windsurfing store in Canada in Toronto. And it was just same thing. It was just a windsurfing store. And then I rolled it into a board shop.
Okay.
And it ended up becoming 3 stores, and then I ended up selling it to my managers, and then I came down here to the Gorge. And lo and behold, there's Windance, the exact same scenario. A windsurfing store that needs some new management. And I said, well, I've done this before, I can do it again. And so we're just sort of in the process of making it bigger into a full-on board shop.
Okay. So you actually came down then from Canada.
Yeah.
Were you coming down to the Gorge when Windance was, were you familiar with Windance before?
Yeah, sure. Windance was kind of famous in the windsurfing industry. They were the first ones to have an online database when the World Wide Web was kind of invented, right? And so The owners were really, ahead of the game on that. And I was coming down here for business because of my shops, which were doing windsurfing and kiteboarding, and there's a lot of distributors down here. I came down to the gorge. The gorge sucks you in like a magnet, if you're an adrenaline junkie. You just get close and all of a sudden, wham, you're there and you can't help it. And there's so much going on, all the different sports to choose from. So I came down here 4 years ago with my wife and kids to work for a company in white salmon to help them develop their a line of sporting goods that I was currently selling up in Canada for them.
Oh, okay.
And then when that was wrapping up, I saw Windance for sale, and we decided, my wife and I, to buy that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys keep all the? There was a pretty extensive used department.
Right.
You guys still have that?
Oh yeah, it's huge, especially with right now we're in difficult economic times. Windsurfing and kiteboarding aren't cheap sports, so our used business is massive. Like we've got, I think, about 500 items listed online used, and they're all in the store. We've got a camera mounted on the ceiling. When it comes in, a picture gets taken of it. We take your email address. When it gets sold, you automatically get notified, and so it's kind of slick and it works. And we're utilizing the web for that. And people who don't want to spend the money for a brand new one see us as the source for the good used gear.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, streamlined process. I love that.
Yeah.
Dave, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Stay with us. We've got Dave Nunn on Localite. We'll see you soon.